So far, it is so smooth. Wow. That is the first flyby. Amazing. All right. This is gonna be a great FPV platform. GoPro sync. Hey, David here. We're here with another model that I have designed. This is called a Mantaray. It has elements that you might see in a few of the other airplanes that I've designed, but it is unique. It has elements similar to the Stingray in that it has the midship motor. However, I've put 2 fins on this one, and this is also a kind of a neat thing because I don't have to add carbon in there. It adds the stability back to the back section behind the prop canyon. The other elements of this airplane I really like is that we've got the landing gear, and it's a large delta wing, which typically is a very fun and stable airplane to fly, and it makes a great FPV platform if you want to put a camera system on it. This one I'm flying with a 2200 battery. I'm going to give that a try. I have not flown this yet. This will be a maiden flight again. I love that. That's my favorite thing to do, is do a maiden flight on a new design, and just to kind of get to know these airplanes. A little bit about this one. This one is cut from the flight test foam board. I really like this foam board. It seems to cut really well. It also has a really good durability. You can peel off the sections of the paper. I'm using the same landing gear plate with the TPU that was used on the D2 Delta Twin and the SB29. This is the steerable nose wheel that we did with the SB29. It has the servo steering inside here as well. I have shortened the hatch just a little bit for the option with the top mounting camera. It looks like it balances without the battery in it, so that means our battery is going to go where I'm balancing it right now, right over the CG. With it being a little bit larger chord wing, what's nice about that and doing a maiden flight is you'll find that you have a lot larger area of the center of gravity to work with. This is the Emax Eco 2 2306 2400 kV motor. Works great with a 3-cell, and it also supports a 4-cell if you want to go there. I'm using a 32-bit speed controller. It's a 30 amp, and I really like using the 32-bit speed controllers because the throttle range is very smooth. I'm also using the 900 megahertz TBS Crossfire. I would use the LRS if I didn't already have a bunch of Crossfire, but these are great. I get a long range. They're pretty easy to set up, and they're small. And I'm using the breakout board so I can use PWM. I'm not using a flight controller on this plane. It's direct flight, which I like for this type of flying. If I was going to do some long range or out in the desert, I would probably consider a flight controller so that you could have your navigation home, or if you have issues, you can always get back. This is the same camera mount that was used on the SB29. I really kind of like it. Anyway, this has the KFM4 airfoil, and this has been around since the 70s. Klein Fogelman, I believe, or I'm not sure his name. It's a real airfoil, and I get lots of questions on that. Just why do I have the square step on the wings? And it's the 4 because it's symmetrical. It's the same top and bottom. It's similar to the dimples on a golf ball, where it creates a pocket of air, and in this case it creates a small pocket of air behind the step, so the air flowing over that is smoother, and it reduces the friction across the surface of the wing by creating a little pocket of air in those steps. I will share these files up on the internet as well. You can download them and print and use the PDF files to cut the foam board. And I also include, if you don't already know, I include the DXF files, which are the 2-dimensional CAD files. It's 3 sheets of foam board, the regular, I think it's 20-inch by 30-inch foam board, and it maximizes the size for that. I'm using the MG90 servos, and they're the MG90D. This is the DJI Vista that I've been using a lot of my airplanes. This is I think it's a Nebula Pro. That's about it. Let's do some ground testing and let's send it. It always makes me chuckle. It's like it drives so well on the ground. It's like we should just make some little RC cars that are fan powered. Very happy with the steerable nose wheel. That solution worked out really well for me. Let's take this up and we'll see what happens. I'm not powering the camera right now. We have a lot less wind today than some of the previous tests that we've done on some of the other airplanes. I'm pretty excited about the conditions. We're gonna get this one flying. Whew. All right, here we go. Oh, perfect liftoff. These first few moments, I'm just checking to see if it's acting weird with CG. So far, it is so smooth. Wow. And I am just cruising like at half throttle here, and it's just fine. We'll try to get it here in the camera. That is the first flyby. Amazing. All right. This is gonna be a great FPV platform. Feels super docile and responsive. A little bit tighter on some of the turns than the SB29. And wow, this is gonna be great. Wow, this is gonna be great. I'm gonna bring it in for landing. Here we go. First landing. That angle of attack keeps a positive angle. I need to probably lower that front wheel so that it doesn't get so much bouncing on the landing. Fantastic. Let's get the FPV gear on. This is the prop that I did the maiden flight on. It's a folding 3-blade. I've used them on quads and they work okay. I decided to take it off because I didn't like the way it sounded. I put on one of the PB&J Ethics 5x3 3-blade. We're gonna give that a try. All right. Let's ramp this up with the new prop. Sounds a lot better. All right. I love this landing gear. All right. All right, here we go. Taking off. It just lifts off on its own. That's awesome. Okay. You can do a little bit of trimming. All right, wow. Okay, this is hands off. Just feels so good. And being able to look around. Wow, such a clear view too. This is 180 degrees to the side. I can see the elevon on the back left side. Wow. Daniel, this thing feels really good.
Pretty locked in?
Yeah, this is great. What do you think of that? Does that look good?
Yeah, it looks really good.
I'm gonna take it up there a little higher and test those turns at slow speeds and see if I need to move the CG a little bit more forward. I really like where it's at right now, but okay. I'm lowering the throttle, pulling back. There, it tipped. Did you see that?
Yeah.
It tipped and flat spun to the right. Let's do that again. Here it goes. I'm lowering the throttle. There it goes. Now that's not something I've ever had happen in a Stingray. There's water on these. Sounds like an EDF, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So that 3-blade prop really kind of sounds like an EDF. Oh, that landing felt really good too. A little spring loading in this landing gear. It's awesome. So I just got done with the maiden flight on FPV. The landing gear, it does seem pretty important to have the nose wheel or the plane settle more flat. You don't want too much up, because when you land with some speed, it'll catch some air and come up and maybe do a little bit of bouncing. But I had some nice smooth landings and touch and goes with the current setup right here. The plans and the STL files are available on printables.com. You can download them. Also, the other parts that I use, I'll list those in the links. You can check them out. I do recommend them. The only thing I'm going to try different is I'm going to try a few different 5-inch props. Next, I'll try a 2-blade and see the difference if I get a little longer flight. As always, get out there and fly, and thanks for watching.